Hi everyone, it's Penny here today, and for my Sunday vlog, I wanted to talk about investment. Investment of time, energy, and sometimes even the investment of resources. And how every even small decision we make in our day and our life ends up being a form of investment and what we are going to invest our time and energy into. Now, you've probably heard about this concept before, but I wanted to share it and kind of share my take on it. Because basically, when we end up investing in something and we don't get the return that we were expecting, we end up being horribly devastated by it. And I think that's one of the greatest fears that we have in life. And a lot of times that's why we're so hard on ourselves when it comes to our own thoughts and what we are investing in our own mind. We sit there and we tell ourselves, why am I thinking about this? Why am I letting this bother me? Why am I investing in this? And then sometimes we even get kind of mad at ourselves for doing that. And I think, anything that makes you mad at yourself, safe to say it's probably kind of unhealthy. But a lot of these like spiritual books and spiritual advice types of people, they talk about, oh, just don't invest your time in that. Just forget about that. You shouldn't be wasting your time thinking about people who don't care about you or thinking about things that don't really matter. You should always be focused on improving your life and your goals and what you want. And yeah, that's true. That's what we should be focused on. But we can't just be mad at ourselves and be harsh on ourselves for thinking about these things that are potentially a waste of our time, because I think there's still a reason why we are thinking about them. And if you are stuck up caring and thinking about something that you don't want to care about, that you don't want to be thinking about, then it's important to at least ask yourself, why am I thinking about this? Why do I care so much about this? And ask yourself those deeper questions so you can get beyond the surface level of why you're caught up in this. And you can see the real reason behind it, because there's something underlying behind it. And I believe that that's something, once you find it, once you find your reason for caring about whatever trivial things you might have cared about, you find some real truth about yourself and you can find a sense of direction from there. And then that can become a foundation and a tool to empower the things that you do actually want to accomplish in life. Like, for example, maybe if you get in a fight with someone, you have a disagreement and they just walk off and they won't talk to you anymore. And you sit and you ask yourself why that really bothers you. Maybe it makes you feel like people don't care about you. And then you have to ask, well, why do I feel like I don't care? Why do I feel like people don't care about me? And then you look back and you're like, well, there was this time when I was 5 and I was talking to my parents and I thought it was something like really important and interesting. And then they just walked off because they had something else to do. And I've had a lot of times like that in my life. And now I just always feel like people don't care about the things that I have to say, so it really bothers me, and then I get insecure about it, and then my ego becomes like really needy, like needing people to listen to me and needing people to pay attention to me. So it really bothered me today when Jim walked off while I was talking, and I just can't get over it and I can't stop thinking about it. And it's not all about Jim. It's not. Like, at first, on the surface level, it might seem like it's all about Jim, but it's not. It's really like about stuff that started happening for as long ago as when you were only five meager years old, I guess. Five tiny years old, tiny 5-year-old you, and you carried all these problems up until this point where Jim walks away from you. And maybe when Jim walks away from you, it makes you like utterly furious and you just can't stand it. So then you're investing all this time and energy in trying to figure out why Jim would do such an awful thing to you. And really, Jim probably doesn't even realize the extent of what he's done. But you can figure that out for yourself and why it bothers you. And then from there, you can be like, oh my gosh, I really just need to feel like people care about me and what I have to say. And this is kind of an extreme example, but then maybe you even come to the point where you realize that you need to like start a blog or something. or you need to like start writing and writing articles or doing public speaking so that you can have people hear what you have to say and you can have them care about what you have to say. You know, if you really feel that what you have to say is that important. Maybe you don't feel that what you have to say is that important. You're like, well, maybe I'm not here to be a talker anyway. You know, talking and sharing my opinions about things isn't exactly my favorite thing in the world anyway, so maybe I just need to let it go. But when you're investing time and energy into something, I think there's generally a reason for it. There's an underlying reason and there's an underlying thing that you really do care about, even if you don't want to have to care about it. And I think it's very shallow and it's very surface level and unhealthy for us to just try to sweep everything under the rug and be like, okay, well, that's just this thing that I'm going to completely ignore. But anyway, that's something that I kind of got to thinking about this week regarding a lot of my own problems and my own things that I have been through. And I actually purchased a tarot reading from someone to help me out because as much as I can do tarot readings for myself and I can predict my own future and I can do all the amazing, wonderful things that I do for my own clients, it's still not the same as hearing the words come out of someone else's mouth and having someone else talk to me about it. And I really do think there's a lot of value in getting someone else's perspective because no matter how educated we are, no matter how much we strive to learn and to improve our lives, we're always going to have a limited point of view. You know, we have our own personality, we have our own life experiences, we have our own books that we've read, and not even that, but just the knowledge that we take away from those books, because we're never going to completely absorb all the knowledge that the author meant for us to absorb, but we're going to take what we're able to digest out of it, and then the rest maybe we leave behind. So we have all this stuff from our own point of view, which no matter how much we try ends up being limited. And then I feel like other people can really help us, and they can help us expand our own point of view over time. So talking to other people, reaching out and compromising with them, to me, I feel like is always worth it. And I have, you know, some stuff in life that I felt very devastated about because I feel like I've invested so much in it. So that's kind of what got me talking about this. So go ahead and let me know how you feel about that and how these Capricorn and Scorpio and Taurus transits with that Sun opposite Jupiter and everything we had earlier this week, how that's been working out for you. And I hope to see you again soon. I will be uploading a alphabet numerology video again tomorrow and another seduction secret video on Thursday. See you guys soon. Bye.